Prelims PYQ discussion by NeenvIAS. The theme for this video is dance forms from art and culture. You have 3 questions for discussion today. One interesting thing with this group of questions is a similar pattern in the option combination and in the nature of questions. I'll reveal that pattern once this discussion is over, once we analyze each question. Let's start with the first question. With reference to Manipuri Sankirtana, consider the following statements. First statement, it is a song and dance performance. Second, cymbals are the only musical instruments used in the performance. Third, it is performed to narrate the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. Now, when we look at the nature of the statement, you have an extreme statement as the second one. Cymbals are the only musical instrument. Now, when you study art forms, it's important that you look at the pictures of it. If you cannot look at the art form in direct or through a video, at least have a look at the picture of it. So rather than just understanding a performance by words or by reading, watch it in person or watch it in a video or in a picture. Now this will help you to tackle questions like this. For example, look at the second statement. Cymbals are the only musical instruments used in the performance. Whenever you see a picture of Manipuri Sankirtana, a person who is holding a drum will come to your mind if you have seen it before. And this statement can be eliminated straight away with that knowledge. So the second option goes out, option A and option C will go out, and then this becomes the remaining. Option 1 becomes default correct, and it's a very generic statement. It is a song and dance performance. Then it comes to option 3. It is performed to narrate the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. Now that is something very fundamental to Manipuri Sankirtana. Anyone who knows about Manipuri Sankirtana, just the basics of it, you should be able to associate it with Lord Krishna. So this becomes the correct answer, option B. Here I have given a picture of it. See the drum. So you have to just have a look at this picture when you study so that you can tackle questions like this. So it's a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage of humanity as well. It's part of that list. It involves singing, drumming and dancing. Not only cymbals but drums are also used. And finally, it's about Krishna's life and deeds, and it's a practice of the Vaishnavite community. Moving to the second question. With reference to the famous Satriya dance, consider the following statements. First statement, Satriya is a combination of music, dance and drama. Something similar to the first statement that we saw in the previous question. Second, it is a centuries old living tradition of Vaishnavites of Assam. Again, who practices Satriya? Something very fundamental to it. And third, it is based on classical ragas and talas of devotional songs composed by Tulsidas, Kabir and Mirabai. Here again, there is inconsistency in the options. Look at the last option. You have 3 names. Tulsidas, Kabir and Mirabai. Now all these 3 people were associated with the Bhakti tradition. But they all belong to different regions and different time periods. Now everybody has to come together for something like a Satriya here, which is seemingly improbable. And Satriya is often associated with the name Shankar Deva. So why would Tulsidas, Kabir and Mirabai come here? So something basic about Satriya, if you know that, if Shankardeva is associated with that, then this option can be eliminated. So D and C will go out. 1 becomes automatically correct, just like the last question. Satriya is a combination of music, dance and drama. And the second statement is a century-old tradition by the Vaishnavites of Assam. Just like the previous question on Krishna, this is again about the very basic nature of it, which is Vaishnavites of Assam. So this is the correct answer here. Option B. Statement 1 is correct. It's about music, dance and drama. To be precise, it has a lot of emphasis for hasta mudras or hand signals. Look at this here. And footwork as well as aharyas and music. The second statement is also correct. It's a dance form from the 15th century and mainly practiced by Vaishnavites from the region of Assam. And the final statement, as I said, it's not about Mirabai or Tulsidas. It's about Shankar Deva and Madhav Deva. So again, something very fundamental. Now the third question, it's a match the following. You have 3 art forms on the left hand side and the associated states on the right hand side. Garba, Gujarat, Mohiniyattam, Odisha, Yakshagana, Karnataka. This is, if someone has studied art forms, this is something that is very basic in every textbook. For example, every state has a popular art form, popular classical art form. For example, Karnataka and Yakshagana is always associated. It's the most popular performing art from the region. And when it comes to Mohiniyattam, along with Kathakali, it is the flagship art form of Kerala. So Mohiniyattam always features in the Republic Day parade of Kerala. So that is something that acts as a face of the state. Same is the case with Garba. So here you cannot get wrong if you have that basic understanding about art forms and state. So this statement is wrong here. Statement B, option B and option D can be eliminated. One becomes automatically correct again. And third option, Yakshagana, something that is very obvious. So here again, the answer is option C, 1 and 3. Mohiniyattam is the classical art form. So it's based on Natya Shastra. It's based on very feminine and light, soft, elegant movements. When it comes to Garba, it's for the praise of goddess Durga. It's a sacred and religious practice. And finally, Yakshagana is a musical dance theatre from Karnataka. Now, the pattern I told you about in the beginning is none of these questions are deeply factual. All the questions are about the basic things about this art form. Here you have to just associate it with the state. Here it's about identifying who the main person is. And here it's about the basic instrument used in that. And the option combination is set comparatively in an easier manner without confusing you too much. So when you study art forms, especially these type of art forms like dance, just have a basic understanding which is very clear without any confusion, and you can tackle questions like these. Thank you for listening.